Hey, hi all, welcome to Script QA. In previous session, we have learned about the loops in Java. Okay, so in today's session, we are going to learn about the break and continue statement in Java. Okay, for that, I have created one Java class. Okay, now before moving ahead, let's understand the theory of break and continue statement. Okay, so now what is meant by break statement and when we have to use the break statement? Now, if this particular break statement, if it is executed, then it will exit from loop. If the break statement will get executed, it will exit from the loop. It will completely exit from your loop. Okay, to understand this, what I will do, I will create one program. Okay, so let's say I will say for maybe I'm printing the number from 0 to 10. So I will say I is equal to 0, I greater than, sorry, I less than or equal to 10, and I plus plus. Okay, so this is simple for loop I have written. Okay, so I miss here int. Okay, so int I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to 10, and I plus plus. So it will print number from 0 to 10, right? So I will print it as well. So I'll say system dot out dot print and print the I. Okay, so let's run this particular program. So it will print the number from 1 to 10. If you see, this is printing the number from 1 to 10, sorry, 0 to 10. It's printing the number from the 0 to 10. Okay, now what I will do, I'll simply say if I equals to 5, then simply break. Okay, if I is equal to 5, then execute the break statement. Now what will happen when value of I will be the 5? Then condition will be true, will go inside the if loop. Okay, we'll go inside the if, and then we'll execute the break statement. Alright, so break statement will get executed, and what I said, if the break statement is executed, then it will completely exit from the loop. That means after 4, it is not going to print any value. Okay, to understand better, what I will do, I will say system dot out dot println. This is the starting of the loop start, and here uh, this is my for loop, this is my for loop end, right here my for loop end. So here I will say system dot out dot println end of the loop. Okay, now if I execute this, you'll understand better. Okay, now if you see loop started, okay, it just printed 0 1 2 3 4, and after 4 it's saying end of the loop. That means after break executed, it's not executing anything. Okay, so to understand this better, what I will do, I'll just add checkpoint here. Okay, so I'll add the checkpoint debug point here. So if you see, this debug pointer is added now. Now I will just simply say right click, and I'll say debug as Java application. Okay, so now I'm just debugging this particular program. I'll say switch to the debugger window. Okay, now if you see, your control is here now. Okay, now if I say step over, so it will print the start of the loop. Okay, now value of I will be the 0, right? So initial iteration value of I is 0, so it will check if I, that is 0, is equal to 5. Condition is false, it will not execute the, it will not go inside the if loop, right? So it will print the value of I, that is the 0. So 0 is getting printed here. If you see, now it will increase the value of I by 1, and it will check I is less than 10. Condition is true. Now it will check I is equal to, that is the 1 is equal to 5. Condition is false again. It will not execute the break, and it will print the value of I. This will go till value of I will be the 5. Now if you see, value of I is 5, value of is I is equal to 5, so it will check 5 is equal to 5. Now in this case, condition will be the true, so it will go inside the if loop, and it will execute the break statement. Now what I said, if it is executing the break statement, it is completely exit from the loop. Okay, now if I say step over, execute the break statement, and if you see, it is just exiting from the loop as well. So rest of the iteration, it's rest of the iteration is not executed. So this is how your break statement is work. Okay, now again I will switch to the Java window. Okay, now let us understand the continue statement, what continue statement will do. Okay, now continue statement will exit. If the continue statement executed, it exit from iteration, specific current iteration, we can say the current iteration, current iteration, and and move to next iteration. That means it will just keep the current iteration, and it will continue executing the next iteration. Okay, the same program, what I will do, I'll stop this execution, and same program, instead of break statement, I'll say continue. Now what will happen, if this continue is executed, it will skip this particular execution. So let's say I is equal to 5. In that case, it will execute the continue statement. When value of I is equal to 5, then it will execute the continue statement. Now once this continue statement executed, it will, for that specific iteration, okay, it will not execute value of I, it will not print the value of I. Okay, it will skip that particular iteration, and it will move to the next iteration, that is the I is equal to 6. Right, so let's execute this program once, and we'll see the what is the output. Okay, if I execute this particular program, if you see, loop started, it's printing 0 1 2 3 4, and after 4 it's directly printing the 6, it's not printing the 5. Why? Because when continue statement executed, it just keep, or it just exit from that particular iteration, current iteration. Okay, and it's move to the next iteration. Okay, now let's debug this program as well. So I have added the debugger pointer here, and I'll say right click, debug as Java application. Okay, I will switch to the debugger window. Okay, now if you see I'm on this particular line. Okay, and I'm saying step over, so it will go. Now value of I is equal to 0, it will check 0 is less than or equal to 10, condition is true, it will go inside the loop, and it will check I, that is a 0 equal to 5, condition false, so it will immediately execute the system dot out dot println value of I, that is the 0, so it will print the 0. Now it will increase the value of I, it will be 1, so 1 is less than 1 is equal to 5. Here condition is false, so it will not execute the continue statement. Okay, now value of I will be the 2, it will check 2 equal to 5, condition is not true. Okay, in this case as well, continue statement is not going to execute, it will print the value of I, that is the 2. Okay, it will go till the value of I is equal to 5. Okay, now if you see, value of I is equal to 5, value of I is equal to 5. Now it will check 5 equal to 5. Okay, 5 equal to 5, condition is true. Now it will go inside the if loop and execute the continue statement. If I go here, it will execute the continue statement. What I said, if the continue statement is executed, now if the continue statement is executed, it will skip this particular iteration. That means it will not execute this particular line now. Okay, whatever you have written after continue, that particular statement is not going to execute once the continue statement has been executed for that particular iteration. Okay, so now this will skip this iteration. Okay, and it will go to the next iteration. Now next iteration, it will again increase the value of I by 1, that is now value of I is 6. Right, so it will check 6 is equal to 5, 6 is not equal to 5, condition is false, it will not execute the continue statement. Now going forward, it will execute all the numbers. Okay, only number 5 is not executed, because when value of I is equal to 5, in that case continue statement is executed, and once the continue statement is executed, it is just keeping that particular iteration, execution of that particular iteration, it will just keep. Okay, so this is how continue and break statement will work. Okay, so I think that's it for this particular video. We'll be meeting in our next video. Okay, till then, bye bye.